I'd like to take you on a tour of what I call the best of breed digital forensic tool selector. This is an all-in-one tool which is easily customizable and updatable by most individuals, including those with little programming skills. The reason I chose to develop such a project, this selection tool, first and foremost was because of a lack of information I found on the web dealing with tool selection and what was available. When I went out there, the tool selection resources were meager and insufficient. This included government test sites, industry. Nobody had an all-in-one tool selection site. So my idea was to actually bring the best of both industry and the government together to give a user an idea as to how they can evaluate and choose tools based on where they are in the process. Beginning here at the main menu, you'll see the switchboard, which is where the user comes in and actually selects from the 5 categories. These categories of tools were actually selected from both the NIST and industry subcategories for different tools. Now you can see, like I said, there's 5 items right here, but each of them rolls up several other tools within them. Let's go ahead and select on one of the tools. Let's go to disk imaging. What you'll see first of all is a header followed by an explanation of what the disk imaging category entails. Specifically, this is duplicating the drive as it says, but more importantly, it also goes into more specifics as to imaging includes getting the geometry and finding out some of the information in unallocated slack or swap space. Next to the title of the category, you've got going back to the previous record, next record, or closing the form. The display right here is actually split into 2 screens. The upper screen is for a real neat summary level view, and then below is actually a tabular or spreadsheet view. Let's go ahead and go through the specifics. At the very forefront right here, you'll see that is the name of the tool. Right below it is, of course, the vendor's verbiage as to what the tool does. Many of these tools are multi-purpose, and it distinguishes that right there. To the right is the vendor. For this particular one, it's open source. Some of these are open source, which means, of course, they're available for free. Right below that is the vendor's site where you can actually pick the tool. Below that, of course, is the operating systems that it works on, and then the licensing, whether it's a COTS product or something that you can get for free. More important, right below that are the industry and the government testing ratings. On the left, of course, is the industry. What I did was I went out there to the web and gleaned as much information as I could from top sites. This included Forensic Control Magazine, SC Magazine, the DC InfoSec blog, all of these respectable websites and individuals that came forth and have tested or evaluated these tools. This particular tool was evaluated by vsecurity.com, and what they said about it was right here. Multiple vulnerabilities of varying severities were discovered. So what they said was that they wouldn't recommend this tool, so I gave it a 2. On the other hand, on the far side, you can see that NIST has not tested this tool. But let's go ahead and next record. Let's find one where industry they both have evaluated the tool. You can see right here DCCIDD. The vendor is, of course, the DoD Cyber Crime Lab. You can see that both industry rated as a 4. What it basically said was lacks the features of more modern imagers. But you went over here at the NIST, they said, hey, this one is actually a pretty good tool. We only found 2 anomalies, and they were based on hidden sectors. So between the two, you can see, hey, may not be as modern, but it is pretty accurate. And if you have any questions, you can go to the website. Okay, it doesn't seem to be working. You should be able to go to the website or cut and paste into your browser, and it takes you to the actual document the actual test document that was derived from. Once you've gone through and actually looked at all the different tools that are available and the different evaluations, you can close the form, choose another category, And again, all the tools that are available, there's over 120 tools went out there and were put into this format. As I said, there's not a lot of tools that were tested by NIST, unfortunately. There were even less, I should say even less, but there were also few that were rated by industry. I had a very difficult time coming up with this. A lot of them are open source tools which people really don't evaluate. More of the COTS tools or commercial off the shelf tools are the ones that actually people like to evaluate. There were some additional features I would have liked to have added to this. One would have been a crawler, which would have gone out there to glean or actually pick all of the most recent information and populate in the database. But there were some problems in that there really isn't very many resources out there by which you can populate it with. And even then, a lot of it takes months for NIST to actually evaluate one tool. And what I found out is that they not only do they like to focus on just a few tools per year, but they keep testing the same tool year in and year out. Like EnCase. EnCase has been tested, I think, at least 5 times. Regardless, the purpose of this tool is to actually enable a user to come in, look at the software, get a high profile view of what this particular tool offered, and then maybe go out there and see whether or not they could actually use it. So what I based on the industry rating on was ease of use, some of the tool features, and of course cost. For the NIST testing, what I looked at was the number of anomalies that they found and how accurate they thought the tool was. I then assigned a number, 1 through 5, 5 being the best uh, for both the industry and the NIST testing. For the industry, as I said, 5 out of 5 was best, and for the NGIC error testing, 5 out of 5 was also the best. I realize that there's a lot of better things that can be done to enhance this site. For an initial start, it's a good capability. It does give you a high level view. There's additional information I would like to see in this personally. But for now, like I said, it's easily customizable by someone with little or minimal programming skills. And more importantly, the database can easily be updated as well. So you've got a look and feel that you can update and a database as well. So let's go ahead and close the form. It takes you back out to the tool selection main menu, and then from there you can exit the application. Thank you for your time. I think if I can close this.